Well, for more on US-Venezuela relations, I'm joined right here in our studio by Jason Marczak. He's a Latin America policy specialist, and he's with the International Affairs think tank, the Atlantic Council's Adrian Arsht Latin American Center. Welcome to the broadcast. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks, Susan.
We've heard these claims by Maduro before. Why should we believe him this time that there is a coup?
I don't think we should be. I don't think we should believe him. I think that, this Maduro has taken a page out of the playbook of his predecessor, of Hugo Chavez. There were 63 supposed attempts against the life of Hugo Chavez during his 14-year reign. And we have to look at what's happening in Venezuela against the backdrop of the fact that 2 weeks ago, Venezuela effectively devalued its currency, the bolivar, by about 69%. At the same time, inflation is near 70%, potentially even reaching 100% this year. The economy is set to contract 7%. Bus fares went up 40% 2 weeks ago. So all this the economic problems that Venezuela is facing, on top of the food shortages, the lines in the supermarkets, Maduro needs somebody to blame, and he needs a way to distract the attention, and this is why he's again trying to go after the U.S. Okay,
and so his theory, you think, is that there'll be some sort of rallying cry for people and his people to rally around him and support him in the face of an alleged coup.
Yeah, I'm not sure if they're actually, I think unfortunately for Maduro's sake, I don't actually think there will be a rallying around Maduro. I think he's trying to distract attention from the economic situation Venezuela is currently facing. His popularity is now at a low of about 20%, and that's important. That number is important because you have to realize that of his supporters, there's already a base of supporters who already get free housing, free education, free health care, and so they're always going to support him. And then you have, on top of that, only 20% of the population.
And then he's got the election coming up this year. What are his chances at this point?
Well, there's an election mandate this year, and as I said, his popularity is very low at about 20%. It's very likely that the opposition could have some victory in the.
Any strong contenders, though?
There is
often these people are reelected.
Yeah, a lot of the opposition figures the opposition increasingly getting more popular in Venezuela. The problem is even if the opposition does win seats in Congress, will Maduro allow them to actually take office, or will Maduro allow them to take office and potentially strip some of their authority away?
Okay, the White House is obviously pushing back against this, saying this is all not true. They released a statement saying that there is no proof of any of this, and the claims are baseless right now. But he has taken it one step further this time, Jason. He is actually denying visas. Tell us more about that.
Yeah, in the past, Maduro has arrested Americans. There was a documentary filmmaker arrested 2 years ago. There was an American arrested a year ago, and this generally happens. But he has taken up a level by now, requiring the passports for Americans visiting. By now, saying he's going to restrict diplomatic travel from our embassy officials in Caracas. Whether the U.S. will let that stand or not, I don't think so. This is a big point of the discussions with the Cubans right now, that the U.S. will not allow any type of restriction on diplomatic personnel to travel outside of traveling and outside of Havana and whatnot. So I think that there will be a reaction, probably a strong reaction from Washington. But I think in many ways the reaction cannot be maybe too strong, because if the reaction is too strong, it plays into Maduro's playbook. He wants a reaction from the United States because he wants to continue this ratcheting up a political dial to distract attention from the economic situation that Venezuelans are currently facing.
Alrighty, Jason Marczak from the Adrian Arsht Latin America Center at the Atlantic Council. Thank you so much for your time and your perspective. We appreciate it.
Thank you.